The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Tuesday, the 17th day of November 2024. Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House Lindos, and People's Pharmacy. I'm Jamel Hartman, and Maya Palacio will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in the news break brought to you by People's. Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. It's another day closer to, Christmas, if you celebrate it, and then another day closer to the end of another calendar year. 2024 went by pretty fast. I hope you all, accomplished what you wanted to accomplish. And if you haven't, and you're still healthy and able, you still have 2025. Don't put. I know we get to this time of year and people put so much pressure on themselves. And that goes for employers too. If someone hasn't met their numbers, ease them up. Let's set some new goals for next year and, let them know this is what it's going to take to get there. But yeah, this time of year is also, we must remember those who, they miss people. They've lost people. And I think so often we get caught up in the festivities that we do kind of not take in or understand that not everyone is a fan of the festive time. So yeah, it is Tuesday, December 17th. I think Christmas is next Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm going to say Wednesday based on my math. So another day closer. David Michael Wilson says, happy Tuesday, TDH, rise and grind. Anika DeShields, she says, happy Tuesday, Jamel Hartman and TDH family. And we've got Suzanne Ingham. Awesome Tuesday, Jamel. Awesome Tuesday to you all as well. And happy Tuesdays to everybody. Greetings to you all. And thanks for making us part of your daily routine. We've got a good one today as we welcome the CEO of Mailboxes, Bricen Hakeman, on. We're going to be discussing how Mailboxes is helping you to ship better to Bermuda. And don't worry, if you still got some things that you need to get to Bermuda, you've still got time. So you want to make sure you tune in, listen to understand how you can make it happen. All right. We've got some holiday trivia for you today. So Maya didn't give you all a chance yesterday. No, she did not. She didn't give you a chance. It was her and Larry. And Larry was out to lunch. He didn't know what was happening, but it's you all today. So I've got faith in you that you can come through and get the answer to this question, and one of you will be lucky enough to enter the draw later this week. Don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. All right. Yesterday, Maya shared a very good story with us about Coney Island, the Coney Island experience. And I mean, I like I said yesterday, outside of Cop Match and maybe Coney Game, I don't think I've seen an event shared locally, at least in my feeds, as much as that was. I mean, it was on every feed. I swear everybody except me was there. Everybody. That said, it seemed like some excitement was brought back to the community. And there were some challenges in having it. The environmentalists, again, I'm not an environmentalist, so I'm not here to criticize either side, but they were very much against this. And the government, in particular, the minister, Colonel David Birch, moved forward with it, said, no, this is a one-off thing, and we're going to allow it. So we know that Bermuda has a culture of no. We faced this for years when it comes to entrepreneurs and new ideas for tourism, whether it's ATVs and the tracks and the like. But with the excitement that seemed to bring our community together, incident free, the question of the morning is, what other events would you like to see Bermuda bring back? What other events would you like to see Bermuda bring back? Also, a simple yes or no question. Yes or no, whether you attended or not. Based on what seemed like a success, do you believe Coney Island Motocross should be a more frequent event? Just a simple yes or no. Do you believe it should be a more frequent event? But what other events would you like to see Bermuda bring back? Like, what do you think? I'll go first. An event I used to love in Bermuda, right? And particularly, I think my father used to do a lot of work there. But Hawkins Island, they used to have these barbecues up there and like live entertainment. Hawkins Island is something that, I mean, it was a hit. Locals and tourists alike. It was a hit. Now, obviously, I think Hawkins Island is privately owned, so they probably don't do that stuff anymore. But something like that was something I'd like to see brought back. It was really, really, really cool. Do you believe Coney Island motocross should be a more frequent event? Marquita Lee says yes. Sherry Vanderpool says yes. Charmaine Richardson says yes. Anika DeShield says no. Sherry says, listen, Hawkins Island was the stuff. See, she knows what I'm talking about. And Anika DeShield says, yes, Hawkins Island. Yes, the Follies, or more so a dinner show. So, yeah, it was like live entertainment. You had food, like buffet. Hawkins Island was it. So, again, what other events would you like to see Bermuda bring back? Like, what events would you like to see Bermuda bring back? Again, the one that comes to mind for me, Hawkins Island. It was an experience. And if you know me, I don't do boats. But getting on a boat and going over to Hawkins Island to experience that was an experience. I don't know if we have anything like that in Bermuda right now. I off the top of my head, I can't think of. But that's something I'd like to see Bermuda bring back. Again, do you believe Coney Island motocross should be a more frequent event? Hadeline Swan says yes. Okay. So again, what other events would you like to see Bermuda bring back? Anika D. Shields says made in Bermuda on White's Island. Yeah, I think they bought Monica down one year, like the singer Monica, right? I think that's the same event. Pink Sand, I think, put that on. Pink Sand Entertainment, if I'm not mistaken. Nika DeShield says, my no was an answer to whether I attended. Okay. All right. She didn't attend Coney Island. Well, did anyone attend? Yes or no? Did you attend Coney Island this past weekend? But here's the thing. I mean, we always talk about the past and how we had so many different things in Bermuda. I'd love to see some things return. Well, first off, remember, we went without the exhibition for like a year, or maybe it was 2. But I mean, we should have negotiated with some of those pigs that got stuck here on the weekend, because we need pigs at the exhibition. I would love to see, as we move forward, pigs at the exhibition. Let's bring the pigs back. What else though? What are some other events? What are some things that really helped Bermuda and Bermudians? Because one of the things that I saw people saying about the motocross event was how it brought people together. It was incident free. It was just excitement. You had families there. I saw quite a few families, husband, wife, children. It was a family event. Now, as a child, I would go down to Coney Island quite a lot. Former football coach with my cousins, they would take me. I've never ever been down Southside track. Never ever been. All right, question of the morning, folks. What other events would you like to see Bermuda bring back? Like, what do you think would benefit Bermuda as a destination, Bermuda for locals, in terms of bringing the community together? Let us know. We've got Christopher James says Hawkins was the best. Went many times and worked there sometimes too. Okay. Um, I did ask, did anyone attend Coney Island this weekend? And Traveling Trotty said, no, I did not attend. Marquita Lee says, yes, I attended. It was awesome. Angeline Butler says, yes, we attended. Boxing Day Scrambling needs to be there. Man, Boxing Day was a toss-up for me as a child because it was, remember, it was Dudley Eve during that time. Now the Dudley Eve is what the old Martin Muir used to be, so now it's friendship. But are we going scrambling or are we going football game? It was always a toss-up, and it depended on what we got for Christmas, right? Because if we got clothes that we like, they were really nice dress-up clothes, we went football game. If we got like tracksuits or what we used to call genzas back in the day, we would go scrambling because they're not as dress up and we can afford to get them a bit dirty. But yep, Boxing Day scrambling. All right, folks. What other events would you like to see Bermuda bring back? Like, what's an event? What's something you really enjoyed and loved about Bermuda when you were young that you would love to see back? Bring back. What name something? Christopher James says college weeks. Yeah, I think we've had that conversation so many times, and the crazy thing is a lot of people feel like we can't compete with the Mexicos and the Caribbean in terms of weather. And I think there's an opportunity for a different kind of college student, if you get what I'm saying. Not all college students want to be in the party atmosphere in Cancun, or is it Cancun where they go in Mexico, and uh, throughout the Caribbean and different places. Like, some want a different experience. I think Bermuda has an opportunity to offer a different experience. So, college weeks, thanks for that, Christopher James. Headley Swan says she'd like to see us bring back the Dolphin Show on Blue Hole Hill. Remember that? Patrick was the name of the famous dolphin down there. I think Patrick was like Shamu. Like, they just named every whale at SeaWorld Shamu. I think Patrick was just every dolphin. But yeah, I remember the dolphin show. That was a classic, man. That was a great time, a good time. I know they have the dolphins up at Dockyard now, but they don't do tricks and shows, do they? Or, like, is it more educational? Help me out. I've been up by there, but I've never stayed to really see what in fact they do. But yeah, let us know. Let us know, audience. Um, Larry Marshall says the Jazz Festival. The Jazz Festival. You know, I remember participating in going to the music festival. Beyonce, Lionel Richie, um, Alicia Keys, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and then it changed. I mean, before that group came, it was more jazz festival, more old school, and then it changed, right? Um, Marquita Lee said, Evil Knievel style event, Big Smith. Like to see that come back. All right. Would love to see that come back. What else, audience? What else? What was a hit back in the day in Bermuda that you'd like to see come back? A hit. Um, Shara's really going back. Nolly Robinson was over the Dolphins show. He is a miss. Yup. I remember it was the way he engaged with dolphins. I used to think, what was that movie that came out with Eddie Murphy, Dr. Doolittle? I looked at him as Bermuda's Dr. Doolittle when I was young. Like, how do they understand him? And as he would go out in his little punt to the main stage that he had in the middle of the water, how they would like engage with him. I'm like, he speaks dolphin. Like, as a child, that's what I thought. He spoke dolphin. Um, Nika DeShield says, yes, the dolphin show we grew up on. It was spectacular and it was always packed. What other events would you like to see Bermuda bring back? Traveling Charlie says, Stump the Beach. What was that? That might have been before my time. What Stump the Beach, audience? What's that? Charles H. Jeffers II, he says, I want to see the St. George's Cup match win celebration come back, hopefully in 2025. Charles, you know what, brother? I wish I had as much faith as you when it comes to that cup match team, boy. At this point, I just shout in silence when it comes to Mike St. George's Cup match team. You know, I'm not trash talking next year. I will do one thing. I'll say this to you. I'll see you at the victory parade. How's that? I'll see you at the victory parade. Um, Pirate Island Cruises, is Sheikha Rana said she'd like to see Bermuda bring back. Pirate Island Cruises. All right. So it's interesting because I think we're in a time where we're always looking at being innovative and what kind of events or things can we bring forward and do in Bermuda, that maybe other destinations are doing that we've never tried. But sometimes we have to go back and see what worked back then that we can enhance and make better for 2024. You get me? Like, what's something that we did back then that said, you know what? We should consider this. We should do this. This might work. I think we're so afraid to go back sometimes. What else, audience? What other events would you like to see Bermuda bring back in 20 like going forward? Like we again, Maya did an awesome story yesterday on the Coney Island event. Again, it looked like a few thousand people up at Coney Island this past Sunday, and the event looked like it was a success. It was a hit. It was incident free. There was excitement. You saw families there. It was a family event. More of this. We need it. Whether or not we see another event at Coney Island like that anytime soon remains to be seen. But what I will say is, you got to give credit where credit's due. That event would not have happened if it was not for ministerial interference, it seems. Colonel Birch went ahead and made an executive decision as the minister to allow the event to go forth. Again, I'm not an environmentalist. I'm not here to speak up for or against the environment. What I am going to say is that sometimes we have to cut the red tape to allow things to happen. We do. And for that, I think many people in our community are grateful that the government did move forward and allow this event to take place. What other events would you like to see Bermuda bring back? We've got Shavana Armstrong says Island Jam. What was Island Jam? So Pirates, Island Cruises, and Island Jam. Tell me more. Tell me more. Traveling Trotty said Stump the Beach was an event for international fraternities and sororities. It was a step show competition. Oh, really? How long ago was that? I don't remember that. I don't remember that. That seems like something that would have been real cool today, right? WKD Lama says Playhouse shows with Motown acts. Yeah. I think what's this? I want to say the late Everest Acosta might have been involved in some of that stuff. I think he may have been involved in some of that stuff. We've got Renee Simmons says, I would like to see F1 racing either at Southside or Morgan's Point. We should still try it. Racing is addictive. Didn't we have like some form of goat carts racing through the city of Hamilton at one point? Now, as far as F1, we're not talking about the one that like has Lewis Hamilton and stuff, right? Because that takes a lot of space. Do we have the space down Southside to do it? Like to make a track? Do we have the space even at Morgan's Point? Like, I know these are areas that have more space than other spaces in Bermuda, but do we have that much space in these areas? Charles H. Jeffers II says, R.I.P. Nolly. He did the Dolphin Show during the day and was the DJ at South Pea's Touch Club at night. A club in a hotel is a miss. Man. Yeah. I mean, two clubs in my lifetime in hotels where there were not one at Fairmont Southampton. I forgot what it was called. What was it called? And the Deep at Elbow Beach. Anybody remember the Deep at Elbow Beach? I don't know if that's still open though. Help me out. Um, Suzanne Ingham says, yes, bring back the Coney Island event on a regular basis. It's part of us. Okay. I don't know because I would be in favor of it, but I don't know what the agreement was, if there was one between the government and the environmentalists. So, got to be careful. This was an event I loved as a child. Sean Smith says, the Blue Angel Show. Yeah, because that's when the U.S. base was in Bermuda. And the U.S. base, the last time I saw the Blue Angels, I was living in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale. I think it was in like May they had it. But yeah, remember the Blue Angel Show? We used to see the Air Force doing their thing up there. Yeah, I love that. Thanks for that. Chica Reyna says, I can't remember which island, but tourists would take a cruise from Front Street and have dinner, a show, and dancing on this island. It was fun. I think that's Hawkins Island. I think that's the same experience, Chica. Yeah, Hawkins Island. Charles H. Jefferson II says, I would love to see F1 or E1 race on Harbor Road. I can't figure out if Charles is being serious or not. Harbor Road? What do they call those vehicles that they're in the car and they turn into boats? Like, not amphibians or something like that. I don't know. Jennifer Butterfield, like someone else said earlier, would love to see the Bermuda Music Festival back. That was a big event. All right. So, one more comment. Sherry Vanderpool says, Charles, yes, Touch nightclub and Uncle Nolly was awesome. Not that I was old enough to be there, but that's another story. Oh, I wonder if it's what they call it, statutes of limitation. Because I think Sherry just snitched on herself. She was going into the club underage. Let me write that down for Commissioner and send that. Anyway, let's bring Maya Palacio in for the Daily Hour news break. After the news break, we've got our good friend Bricen Hakeman from Mailboxes. Folks, still time to get you some stuff to Bermuda, all right? He's going to explain to you how. So don't panic. Don't panic. I know some of you are like, yeah, I'm going to be showing up to Christmas without that gift that Mama wanted. You've got time, and he's going to help you after this. But stick with us. We've got Maya Palacio coming up with the Daily Hour news break.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, MP. How are you today?
Oh, you know what? It's been a pretty nice morning so far, so I can't complain. You look very cozy. You look warm.
Your boy's trying to, get the cold out of him. So, MP, I think I was mentioning all this stuff and the audience was mentioning stuff. And I said, you know what? I don't know if she was around for most of this stuff.
Mm-mm.
You weren't, right? You don't remember the dolphin show on Blue Hole Hill, right?
No, I wasn't. Oh, wow.
Well, around. You all are old. That's Maya basically just called the audience old. She said you all are old. All right. All right. So you were born after scrambling used to happen at Coney Island as well.
When did that end?
Mid-90s. It was definitely mid-90s.
All right, then. Yeah, it wasn't a while.
Or you?
97.
Oh my goodness. Whew. Okay. All right. So how about Hawkins Island? Do you remember that being a thing? Okay, we're gonna change the subject. Maya, what event would you like to see come back to Bermuda?
I was thinking about it. Like, I'm sure if I had more time to think, I would know one. I'll be like, oh, that's what I missed. I really missed that. But the first thing that comes to my mind right now, I just remember Harbor Nights being different when I was younger. And I don't know if it was because I was just young, but there were go-karts that I used to like be able to go in, and there were these tubes that you could fill with a ton of sugar. And I just remember like feeling so big or so much bigger back in the day. So yeah.
And cruise ships used to be in town at a lot when I was younger with when it was Harbor Night sometime. Now, obviously, the cruise ships in dockyard, and so people would have to come down to it. But Harbor Nights, when it first started, I remember going with my nana and my aunt when it was just tourists at one point. There were not even like a lot of locals didn't even go. Now, obviously, it's more of a local event. Yeah. So
Did the gumbays used to walk off, like follow? Do people used to follow the gumbays at Harbor Nights back in the day? That's what I feel like we did.
I don't remember, honestly. I can't remember. Probably.
I just remember my grandma grabbing my wrists really tight all the time and following the gumbays. I'm just like, I feel like we always followed them more often than I do now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Charles is basically saying you called him a grandpa. He said 97, the same year my daughter was born. Grandpa Charles. All right, MP. So look, what you got for us today?
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. This is your Daily Hour Newsbreak brought to you by the good people at People's Pharmacy. So starting on our newsbreak this morning, with the tragic news that we heard yesterday about the firearm incident, and we got more updates from the police. And here's the story.
It is with regret that the Bermuda Police Service can now confirm the death of Mr. Kyrie Furbit, who is a father of an 11-year-old daughter, and he was a male in his 34th year of life. We, the Bermuda Police Service, wish to extend our heartfelt condolences to his family and his friends during this tragic time. The investigation team would like to speak to anyone who may have seen Mr. Furbit in the early hours of Sunday, the 15th of December 2024, leading up to his death. If you were in the area of Tri-Road number 5 Paget and may have seen anyone or heard anything suspicious, whether it be a vehicle or a person, between midnight and 12:45, just prior to this incident, please, I implore you to please come forward and assist us in solving this crime. We need your help. We would like your help. We want your help to come forward. Don't be silent. Don't sit on the side. And it makes no difference how insignificant you believe that the information may be. Again, I'm going to implore you to come forward and provide all and any bits of information that can assist us.
I say it every time, and condolences to family, friends, and the greater community impacted by this senseless tragedy. But I say all the time that the person who's deceased in a matter like this is not the one that's hurting. It's the people who are left behind. And, as the police emphasized that he had an 11-year-old daughter, got other family, parents and nieces probably and the like. Those are the people, that are left to mourn and are going to be hurting, not just today. And my hope is that, it really does tickle the conscience of people who know something. Think of the people who literally are innocently left behind to wonder what if. What if?
Mm-hmm. And even reiterating that too, they said in the press statement, and they talked about just the increase of violence on the island, even saying that in some areas, the statistics, things have actually doubled compared to last year, and we still have more days to go actually in 2024. But it was also mentioned about how we kind of assume that these acts of violence wouldn't happen to us or in the areas that we stay. And that's become a problem because we tend to disregard the violence when they do happen, if it's not around our own personal space. Listening.
This is one of our more unprecedented years. We've had obviously 9 murders already since the Bermuda Day, 4 of them with the use of a firearm, 5 others with bleared articles. So all throughout the year and the end part of last year, we had plans in place where we provided more high visibility, more directed patrols, geared towards those persons, targeting those persons that likely create the most harm in our community. And notwithstanding, we've had a number of shootings, and obviously this year being different from last year. Last year, I think we experienced something like 8 confirmed incidents in the entire year. This year, we're up to 18 already, so we've doubled that. If we don't all stick together and try to eradicate this problem or try to tackle this problem, then it's going to come to a space near us. And so said, so done. Now we've seen, whether this is happening in a neighborhood, whether it's happening in a nightclub, whether it's happening on a beachfront, these things are spread, far and wide. So if people think that, or area residents believe that, hey, listen, it's not going to happen to me, and it may not happen to you, but it may happen to someone you know, it may happen somewhere close to you, and the like. So I always advise and encourage people to help bring it, because at the end of the day, it's more of us than them, right? It's more good people than those persons that want to carry out these harmful acts.
I don't know if I heard it just now or yesterday watching, but they've taken quite a few firearms off the streets this year.
He mentioned 10.
10, okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is important because although he did also mention that 5 of the 9 murders, I believe, were committed by bladed articles.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you can get the weapons out of people's hands and keep them out of people's hands, we can reduce these kind of crimes.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. But they also mentioned, well, someone did ask a question at the press conference. They're saying, well, do we know how many is potentially left on the island? Like if they have some sort of like record in that, or like some estimate maybe, but they didn't have an estimate to provide for the question that was asked.
Well, I'm happy that the assistant commissioner answered like that, because if I'm not mistaken, a previous commissioner did say pretty much there's not many, and kind of almost gave a number which didn't go over well, because murders didn't really go down after that. So yeah, again, if it really comes down to it, I know it sounds cliche, but if you know something, say something, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Well, moving over to a different type of news right now, traveling back actually to Makerspace. I think everyone here knows that I'm pretty kind of on this beat just to see how it's going to play out and how the next phases are going to go. Well, there have been conversations still happening around it. One most recently coming from last week, where the opposition, the OBA, asked questions regarding Makerspace. So I'm going to have you listen to the lead Senate Tucker asking these questions to Minister Owen Dow in the Senate. Here we go.
I join with my Senate colleague. I do think that this is a good initiative. My questions are just very basic. I wanted to know, because there's a registration process and also a vetting process, I'd like to know what outcome of the vetting process can see an applicant's registration be denied. So what would that look like? And I guess very similar to Senator Robinson's question, because people will have their PIN number and they can go ahead and access and things. What happens if there is, if there's a clash? So is there sort of a scheduling process that's going to be available to everyone to see, so they know who's going to be in the space and when, and that type of thing? So those are my 2 very basic questions.
Okay, now before I continue on, Jamal, how do you feel about those lines of questions?
I think they're fair.
Fair questions? Okay, well, on the launch day on December the 6th, they saw some creatives, yes, in the space for the launch and members of the PLP. But as Minister Owen Darrell pointed out in the Senate, that no persons from the OBA did attend, even though they did agree that, yes, this is a good initiative, and they asked the questions. But it seems that Minister Darrell did not like being asked questions about Makerspace, even though you say that these questions are fair. Here was the minister's response to actually hearing these questions.
To focus on what ifs, what if there's conflict, and do we need to have a mediator at Makerspace to babysit creatives, adults, and vetting, and how can someone be denied, is definitely not the spirit of which this statement was given, and it definitely was not the spirit of the wonderful opening that we had last week, Madam President. Many creatives came. They came to check it out. What was disappointing, Madam President, was that after some commentary about Makerspace from one of their colleagues a couple of weeks ago, a couple of days before we opened this, not one showed up. Not one showed up to check it out for themselves. That was the whole point of having the launch. Come in, ask questions when you're in, right? So that's the most disappointing part about the questions, but nonetheless, we'll answer them.
Point of order, really
there was
fast,
a schedule.
Madam President.
I just want to be clear on the record that the minister has completely impugned the integrity and motive behind these questions. And I think that just needs to be on record. The One Bermuda Alliance, literally, both members just said, who spoke, that we support the initiative. And I think that it is disingenuous, and I can't allow it to continue on record, to say that we didn't support it or that we're asking questions in a spirit that is not collaborative.
Madam President,
would rather he just answered the questions if the Honorable Minister did that. Thank you, Madam President.
That just gave me a headache. I mean, I think in all of that, the overall point got lost.
Mm-hmm. It continued on like that for a while. They actually did a lot of back and forth. The minister ended up, yes, answering some of the questions, like saying that for vetting, it'll be people mainly who have hot tools or work with heat that probably can't be able to use the space typically, but registration isn't open yet still. It's like soon coming to be open. So they had the launch to let us know it was at Cedar Bridge Academy, even though the website already let us know that it was at Cedar Bridge Academy. So now we're still waiting on the registration to be open so we could use the space at Cedar Bridge Academy. I was actually able to go there yesterday, so I will continue to have like conversations on this once we know when the registration is actually open. I think that's when I'll bring it back to the table. But yeah, they did go back and forth. Minister Dow talked about how, they weren't there. Dwayne Robinson was like, well, sorry, we couldn't be there for every single photo up. And then Owen Dow went on to say, well, you got to tweet about it. So if you don't listen to the Senate, it's a lot of back and forth like that. And yeah, that was quite an interesting one for Makerspace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, enough of that headache.
So moving on, let's go right into our sports right now. We're talking cricket because the Bermuda are champions of the 2024 Men's T20 World Cup, America's sub-regional qualifier hosted by Argentina. So this is coming from the cricket board. They say, quote, "We are the back-to-back champions of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup sub-regional America's qualifiers in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Same place, same results of 2023 and 2024. Congrats to the coaches, players, staff from the BCB president, executives, board members, and clubs." Zico Burgess received his Player of the Match award with commentary on his performances from spectators saying, "Wow, bowled Zico. It was a superb bowling display and good aggression and focused mindset." Other players like Jonte Smith shared on his socials about the last time he represented Bermuda in cricket, which was 15 years ago, and how much this moment meant to him and was basically like a dream come true to be able to represent Bermuda again. So the Bermuda cricket team will be competing in the 2025 ICC Men's T20 World Cup, leaving the sub-regionals as champions again.
Good stuff. Congratulations to him, seriously.
Superb performances. And right now for the weather today, we're looking like a lot of sunny spells at times, increasing cold during the afternoon, but it doesn't say we're going to have any rain, which would be great to have. So yeah, just looking like sunny, but still really, really chilly. So make sure you bring a jacket on those bikes because that wind goes right through you.
Alrighty. Well, Maya, it's here's your day of the year. It's in the US, it's National Device Appreciation Day. All right. So smartphones is our number one device, right? But take away the phone, take away your phone. What device do you appreciate the most that you use today? Eliminate your phone. Audience, what device do you appreciate the most outside of your phone?
Well, then that'll just be my laptop, and I think that'll be a lot of everyone's. Okay, if it's not my laptop, then it's my Game Boy Advance.
I would say my Rode products.
But you can't use the Rode products without your camera. Oh wait, my camera. Oh, my camera. Okay, now never mind. I have too many. I don't even know.
We don't need a computer when creative.
Because Rode was mine, but I used my Rode mainly with my phone.
Yeah.
And then the caster.
You never use the Rode products?
Okay, I have too many. I don't want to think about it anymore.
Okay, see, everybody else is going easy. They're saying my PC, iPad, my iMac, laptop,
the iPad too.
Computer or flat screen. I'm surprised no one said their TV.
I barely look at that thing anymore.
Yeah, well, heavily influenced at her husband's brain. That's her favorite device. Wow, I love that. Smart TV. Yeah, there we go. Smart TV. All right, we're gonna ask Bricen the same question after this break. Maya, thank you so much for that. We'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
All right, folks, don't go anywhere. Maya Palacio there. We're going to take a quick break. If you've appreciated the discussion and conversation so far, please give us a thumbs up, a love, a like, whether you're on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, our website. Can't do it on our website, but you get the point. Give us some love. We'll be back in 3 minutes, 13 seconds with Bricen Hakeman from Mailboxes. Stick with us.
Let's face it, life can be a little wild, but shopping doesn't have to be. I choose People's, so that whether it's a prescription that needs to be filled, a toy for my little terror, or a gift for a new addition to the family, we'll see about that. Everything's available in one convenient location. Some call it People's, I call it my one-stop shop in the city. People's, we're here for you.
Welcome to the new bulk store, Lindo's Next Level. Wake up in the morning with enough coffee to keep you running throughout the entire day. Your pet at home deserves the best. Stock up on dog food to keep your puppy happy. Need a quick, tasty lunch at home? Your chicken nuggets will be jumping right out of the freezer. What's a movie night without popcorn? You can never have too much. Lindo's Next Level. Why go anyplace else?
Unlock your business potential with BDC's General Microloan, offering up to $30,000 for Bermudian small and medium businesses. Whether it's for inventory, working capital, or equipment, we provide 100% guarantee on approved loans. Simple application, low interest rates, and fast processing. Apply today and make your business dream come true.
You won't miss out. Noah's Ark is open 7 days a week for the holiday season and with big savings. Whether it's everyday essentials like dog food or cat litter or those items you've been eyeing all year like aquariums, our huge 8-page holiday flyer is out now, packed with incredible offerings until December 31st. And we're open every Sunday from 12 to 5 p.m. through to December 22nd. Visit noahsark.pm, view our sales flyer, and join our rewards program. Noah's Ark, your reliable pack care specialist, making your holidays even more special.
Live exceptionally with HSBC MasterCard Pay with Rewards. Transform your points into what you love and get closer to winning an unforgettable trip to Dubai or one of 3 luxury experiences in Bermuda. To start following these steps, download the Pay and Rewards app from the App Store or Google Play. Register your HSBC MasterCard credit card in the app. Set your preferences to use points automatically or for your next purchase. Use your HSBC MasterCard for every purchase and redeem your points into rewards. In addition, for every $300 spent with your HSBC MasterCard, earn a chance to win an incredible monthly experience. Terms and conditions apply. HSBC is licensed to conduct banking and investment business by the Bermuda Monetary Authority.
Bermuda Trivia, the Black History Edition, is now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Visit bermudatrivia.com or email contact@bermudatrivia.com to learn more.
Alrighty, welcome back to the big show. Jamal Hartman here. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House, Lindo's, and People's Pharmacy. Don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Without further ado, let's bring in our guest for the day. Let's give a warm TDH welcome to the CEO of Mailboxes and our friend, Bricen Hakeman. All right, calm down. Bricen, welcome back. It's been a while.
You're too kind, Jamal. You're too kind. I'm happy to be here with you guys. Happy holidays in advance for everyone listening. And yeah, great to be back. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thank you. But before we get into today's conversation, I've got to ask you, it's National Device Day, and, everyone's on the iPad, the laptop. Some said their TV screen, some said their spouse. I mean, what's your favorite device?
Well, I don't know if it falls into the device category, but I'll say like a hobby and something like I guess, yes, some tool to have fun, because I kind of associate that with devices now, but it'd be fins. So I'm an avid free diver. Okay. And so I'm out there protecting Bermuda's reefs on the weekend, taking out the lionfish, and I get a lobster here or there when they're around. But yeah, fins. My fins are probably my most prized device, I guess, especially this time of year.
You're a brave man. We appreciate you. we did get someone else who said noise canceling headphones. Yeah, That's somebody who doesn't want to be bothered. Well, Bricen, thanks so much for doing this. As I said, Mailboxes has been a partner of us this year, and really, really encouraged by people, many of our audience who had already been members of Mailboxes prior to you guys coming on board. But let's just start off by explaining to people. Look, I see on social media all the time people shipping to Bermuda. It's probably one of Bermuda's favorite pastimes to ship things to Bermuda, right? But there's options. Remind people how Mailboxes differs from other courier companies as it relates to shipping things to Bermuda.
Yeah, well, it's a great question. So let me break it down a little bit for you. I mean, if you look at your local shipping partners, you have, Mailboxes, obviously, where we do express and consolidation. You have our friends down the road, ZipX, who are, doing no consolidation, but they ship to the island, and they also give you a U.S. address. And then you have the main couriers, DHL, FedEx, UPS. And so if you kind of bifurcate all those out and you look at what does Mailboxes offer, we always say that we've got transparent pricing, fast speeds, and the best customer service. And so when we say transparent pricing, if you look at the courier firms, you're often getting charged for processing fees, advanced duty payment to customs, where they're basically, they're making the duty payment and then they're charging you $17 to make that payment. So if you look at those processing fees as a whole, just by importing one shipment through a courier, you may have upwards of $40 in processing fees. And so when you look at Mailboxes pricing structure, there are no processing fees. We always say there's no, I gotcha moments or surprises. And that's a key differentiator for us compared to the couriers. If you look at locally and the local competitions that we have and the local businesses, really what we offer is outside of the peak season, we offer a consolidation service. And what that does is it helps clients save money where they're only paying the first pound once. And the reason I say it's going on all year round, except for right now, is because we're in our peak season. And what peak season is all about is speed. And so when we look at what the team is accomplishing right now, I'm really, really proud of them. And it's we call it our Super Bowl of shipping. And so we're here, we've practiced all year, and what we're delivering right now is about 72 hours on our transit time. So from the time it gets to our door in the US to when it's in your hands here in Bermuda, it's 72 hours. And during a peak season, that's genuinely unheard of. So
indeed. Audience, I'd like to know from you, audience, yes or no, do you have Mailboxes membership? Just yes or no, do you have Mailboxes membership? I want to jump to membership because I think the idea is really to help people and make it easy. Explain the benefits of a Mailboxes membership to the audience.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those members who, I know you've asked the question, but for those members who have not signed up yet and they're interested in signing up, I'm going to give you a real easy one to remember here. It's mailboxes.bm/thedailyhour. By using that tagline, you're going to get 2 years of membership free. And that's just our gift to the listeners of the Daily Hour. So that's first and foremost, Jamal. And then when you look at what does a Mailboxes membership offer you? So it offers you access to shipping to Bermuda in 48 hours. Sometimes it's been as quick as 36 hours, but it offers you access to the island and to ship globally. We always encourage to shop locally. But for those items that you can't get locally, the next best thing to shopping locally is to ship locally. And that's what Mailboxes is. We're involved in the community. We are a 100% Bermudian owned business. And outside of myself, Jamal, the rest of the team is Bermudian. So that's what we offer there from just a membership and the inbound side of things. The other aspects of the business that you have is that if you import an item with Mailboxes, it's the wrong size shirt, it's the wrong color, your loved one wants to exchange a purse or a bag and get a different one, you can send it back to the shipper for 70% off courier's public rates. And so we partner with DHL to do that. But that's our gift back to our members so that, returning things, you can actually get what you want. That's a big thing. And then just along those same lines for importation, I already touched on the weekly consolidation. We will basically hold your shipments from Friday through until Thursday, and then we'll consolidate everything together so you get it one time around. Those are the primary benefits of a membership, Jamal. when you look at what are the other things that Mailboxes does, we have a service called ProPack Service. And we never want to see people leaving the island, but we understand that life's adventure takes people off the rock. And from that perspective, ProPax is there to help make that moving process as easy as can be. And what it is a white glove service. Our team comes over, they will take inventory of what you'd like to ship out. They'll tell you what we can handle in-house and what makes sense to ship with our service. They'll also tell you, hey, those big sectional couches or that massive bedroom furniture, you probably don't want to use us for it via air, but we get you preferential rates through some of our shipping partners on ocean. So that's some of the benefits that come with it. And outside of that, the other benefit that we always talk about is you get a local Bermudian. And so if there's issues, we hope there's never issues, but we're not perfect. And so when there's issues and you need to call and talk to someone, pick up the phone, call us at 292-6563, and you're going to get a live person who's local and understands the shipping process from end to end.
That's a big thing for Bermudians as well. Local, speaking to a local. We did ask how many, if you had Mailboxes membership audience, do you have Mailboxes membership? David Michael Wilson said yes. Mark Arthur C. Phillips said yes. Manuela John said yes. Suzanne Ingham said yes. Pamela Wade said yes. Hadley Swan says, I surely do have a membership through the Daily Hour. I love the customer service and the parking is delicious and convenient. Delicious parking, interesting. No criticism. Earl Trott says no. So we're going to remind you, Earl Trott, just go to mailboxes.bm/the Daily Hour for 2 free years of membership. Mark Arthur C. Phillips says, thank you, Mr. Hakeman, for sponsoring TDH. I've become a customer and I truly am impressed by the service. We have a question for you, Bricen. Suzanne Ingham's asking, if I wanted to ship something to Europe, can I use your services?
Absolutely, Ms. Ingham. And so what you get by just being a member, and I'm glad you brought it up because I gleamed right over it. So just by being a member, you get 20% off of DHL's rates. Now, don't run down to the store and tell them that, but when you come into our store, we'll give you 20% off the public listed rates there for DHL. And we're able to do that through the volume. And if we've got our whole membership base coming in and shipping through Mailboxes, we tender it over to DHL, and then we pass that 20% discount along to our clients. So that's our gift back to you. You can go anywhere in the globe, 220 plus countries and territories. And what Mailboxes does is we seek to support you through that process. So if there's a hang up in customs on the other side, whatever that case may be, our team is going to be more or less your agent and your voice to help get that thing through. So if you're talking about care packages to a loved one abroad, absolutely come on in. We'll take care of you.
Indeed. And I think you kind of answered this. Sean Smith asking, do you have reps in Europe?
Not yet, Mr. Smith. We're working on it. We want to get some additional warehouses open. We've got a lot of growth that we really want to focus on in the next 24 to 36 months. I mean, I've been with the business, believe it or not, I'm going on 2 years. It's kind of flown by just like that, but I've enjoyed every minute of it. And it's not been a day of work. It's been 2 years full of fun. And so we've focused a lot in the last 2 years to really improve on our core service offerings. And now that we've cemented those, we're going to start to move into some growth strategies and growth mode. So Europe is certainly on the table. We're looking at all options, and hopefully we have some exciting news for you here over the course of the next year or two.
Indeed. I just thought you answered it in saying that you work with DHL, so you didn't have anyone. So
going there is, we use DHL to support with. Coming from Europe into Bermuda, because we don't have a European-based warehouse, it becomes a bit tough. Now, what I will say, if people are out there and they're saying, ooh, I really want that thing from Europe or wherever the case may be, I really don't want to use DHL or their shipping's outrageous, whatever it may be, as long as it's under $800, because that's the U.S. de minimis. And so as long as the value is under $800, you can ship it to the U.S. duty-free. And then what we will do is we'll bring it down through our normal service. And so that is an option for you. When you get over that $800 de minimis value, you start to pay U.S. duty. And as much as we'd love to help you, I also want to look out for our consumers. I don't want you to pay double duty, because at the end of the day, it hurts, right?
Sean Smith, he said, keep Portugal in mind.
Duly noted. Thanks, Mr. Smith. I think it's, look, if I may, Jamal, this is I love doing these things. I love the listeners. I love the daily hour. And the reason I say all that is because, Mailboxes is a feedback oriented organization. We had our holiday season last year and we cut the weekly service off very early in the year, November 1st. We were trying to accommodate volumes and make sure we got everything here quickly. We were a bit slow to reopen it, not on purpose, just because we were trying to adjust to shipping fluctuations in the supply chain. And what we heard from our clients was like, hey, leave that weekly open as long as you can. We really, really enjoy it. So Jamel, I really love it. And it makes me smile. So thanks, Mr. Smith, and everyone who's listening, because we take that feedback. And I'll give you a prime example. This year, we held our weekly consolidation service open 11 days longer. So almost 2 weeks longer than we did in the prior year. And we've reopened it effective January 2nd. So we've brought that forward like an additional 6 days, 7 days from whatever it was last year. So really, all in all, we're basically offering our weekly consolidation service almost 3 weeks sooner than we did last year. And what that does is it allows consumers to save a bit of money there as they consolidate their stuff. And it's feedback like that. Feedback's a gift, and if we don't hear the feedback, we can't change our service. And so just to everyone listening today, thank you so much. And Jamel, thanks for having such an engaged audience, because that feedback is what makes a difference for our business as we grow and we create Bermudian jobs. So thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Mark Phillips asking, good morning. I have a package being delivered to your warehouse on Saturday. Will someone be there to collect it?
Yeah, look, are you planting these questions, Jamel? Because these are great questions, So here's what we've committed to the island. So if your package is to us by December 20th, so that's Friday, you will have it in hand for Christmas under one condition. We need you to send your invoice before the package is delivered. So if you get your invoice to us as soon as you order it and the package is delivered by December 20th, it will be in your hands for Christmas. That's my guarantee to you, okay? Barring any customs or anything like that. But we clear like 99% of our material the same day that it arrives. So really good track record there. And then what I would say to the listener is, that's our delivery commitment. That's what we're willing to almost, basically guarantee is December 20th. But the team is working incredibly hard. I'm flying up to go spend the last 4 days with our US team here on Thursday. And based on what I'm seeing, come Wednesday, as things come into our building on Wednesday, they're going right out the other side. So Saturday, I can't promise you, but what I will do, since I'm going to be up there in the facility, I'll keep an eye out for you. And, we're doing our best to make sure everything delivered on Saturday, even everything delivered on Sunday and Monday, we're doing our absolute best to get it down here for Christmas. And if you could just help us out and do your part and make sure we have your invoice, that will make the process go that much smoother and get you that much closer.
Indeed. Michelle Doors has a question. Is there an extra charge bringing in essential oils? Some companies charge fees and others do not.
Yeah, Ms. Doors, no. So we are against fees. When I say no processing fees, I've had fees of all kinds pitched to me, and the answer is always a hard no. And that's because we want to make shipping easy. We don't want to have gotcha moments. And so if you look at some of our international competitors, I'm sure you all have been aware of the dispute we had with the post office and a US-based company called MyUS. MyUS, for example, will charge, I think it's like $40 or $15 for shipping essential oils because they call it a dangerous good. The reality is, if you look at the regulations of international airline transportation, essential oils most times are not dangerous good shipments. Okay. Now, our competitors are classifying that because that's a way for them to drive up their revenue and charge extra fees. Those are the gotcha moments, right? And so we don't believe in charging those fees. Essential oils, 9 times out of 10, are not dangerous goods. They come down on the aircraft as usual. And for those 1 out of 10 times where it is a full carriage dangerous good, it does require additional inspection and regulation. We work to get those down here once every 3 weeks or so. And there's no extra charge to that. That's just what we believe in, and that's what we deliver.
Yeah, and this has been helpful because I didn't even consider what you just said in terms of that being considered dangerous, essential oils, and yeah, being a cash grab in some respect. But thank you for that. And we've got Sankofa Bermuda says, can't beat the convenience of mailboxes and appreciate the services. All right, Bricen, just remind them. December 20th. That's how they can ensure they get their stuff before Christmas, correct?
Just up December, make your purchase, make your online purchase, make sure you're shipping to the right address. It's in Delaware. Don't ship to our old address in New Jersey. So make your purchase, ship to our Delaware address. As soon as you get that invoice, upload it to our dashboard, and that's at dashboard.mailboxes.bm. And then once you've uploaded that invoice, there's nothing left for you to do except watch the dashboard for when it gets here in Bermuda. If you get the package to it, you've done all those steps, you get the package to us by December 20th, you will have it in hand for Christmas. We're working hard to get things that are delivered on Saturday and Sunday and Monday in your hands for Christmas as well. So I would say is, don't hesitate to shop. You will be shocked to find this out, Jamel. If someone were to try to ship Amazon from the US into Bermuda and ship direct, you cannot do it and make it for Christmas in time. Wow. The earliest delivery date, if you buy direct from Amazon and ship to Bermuda, the earliest estimated delivery date at the moment that I found is January 2nd. So we're at this point in time where, like, I know I've got a few gifts. I'm a bad husband, so so bear with me here, right? I've got a few gifts that I'm waiting to have come in here, but if it weren't for mailboxes, there'd be no way to get them here in time. So you still have 3 solid days to get it to our U.S. warehouse, and then you got 3 days of, can't guarantee it, but we're looking good. If you get it in the next 6 days, you could have that in your hands for Christmas. So,
Bricen, this was extremely helpful. Audience, you have all the information not to have what you need come Christmas Day. Thank you so much for making time for us, Bricen. Safe travels, as Suzanne. She's sucking up to you. I don't know if she knows you, but she says, I'll miss you, Bricen. Come back safely.
Look, I love the daily hour, Jamel. I'm happy to come back. It's great having the listeners. Please, if you have feedback for us, don't hesitate to share it. My email is bhakeman@mailboxes.bm. I love to hear from our customers. I'm here in the store. The team actually just wrapped up our shipment about an hour ago. So we're working all hours of the night to make it happen. I got a little bit of a baggy eye here because I've been up since 4 helping the team. But you know what? We're working hard to make it happen. And all the positive feedback is what brings joy to us, is delivering smiles to you. So thank you, Miss Ingham. Thanks, Jamel. Thanks to everyone listening, and happy holidays.
Same, Bricen. Talk soon. Have a great one.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, everyone.
Bricen Hakeman, Mailboxes. Shout out to the Mailboxes team over there doing the work for the people to keep smiles on everyone's faces. Folks, don't go anywhere. If you appreciated today's conversation, found it helpful, give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. We're going to take a quick break. Be back in 2 minutes, 41 seconds to wrap it up. Stick with us.
All right. Who was the first woman to become not just the first female opposition leader in Bermuda, but throughout the entire British Commonwealth?
Dame Lewis Brown Evans.
Hey, buddy. Hun, who was the first woman to serve as opposition leader, not just in Bermuda, but throughout the entire British Commonwealth?
Dame Lewis Brown Evans.
Mason, what did you say?
Dame Lewis Brown Evans.
Dame Lewis Brown Evans. Where do you find that?
Mommy played Bermuda Trivia.
Mommy played Bermuda Trivia.
Oh, honey, I'm so proud of you. Good job.
It's true. Children are a reflection of their environment. Bermuda's favorite trivia game, fun with a purpose. To educate, to entertain, to inform, to inspire, to learn, and to enjoy. Bermuda Trivia, all volumes now available at various stores throughout Bermuda. Visit bermudatrivia.com to learn more and follow Bermuda Trivia on your favorite social media platforms.
Live exceptionally with HSBC MasterCard Pay with Rewards. Transform your points into what you love and get closer to winning an unforgettable trip to Dubai or one of 3 luxury experiences in Bermuda. To start following these steps, download the Pay and Rewards app from the App Store or Google Play. Register your HSBC MasterCard credit card in the app. Set your preferences to use points automatically or for your next purchase. Use your HSBC MasterCard for every purchase and redeem your points into rewards. In addition, for every $300 spent with your HSBC MasterCard, earn a chance to win an incredible monthly experience. Terms and conditions apply. HSBC is licensed to conduct banking and investment business by the Bermuda Monetary Authority.
Take a look at our workwear for construction workers and tradesmen. Durable, stretchable in all the right places, and plenty of options for tools and accessories. Here with our wide range of tough and comfortable footwear, you can't go wrong. As you can see, Medical House really is a one-stop shop for everybody. We can't wait to see you.
See it all at our new expanded location on Bakery Lane.
Alrighty, welcome back to the big show. Thanks again to Bricen Hakeman from Mailboxes. Folks, if you appreciated that conversation, please give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Make sure you share it with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Thanks again to the BAC group of companies, Medical House Lindos, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we can take this, have these conversations with you on a regular basis. It's time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Bermuda Trivia, now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. All right. This is not a Bermuda trivia question. This is a holiday trivia question. All right, here's the question. First person to answer correctly on my screen will enter this week's draw. What Christmas decoration was originally made from strands of silver? All right. Peter Lee showed up first on my screen, but Charles got it correctly as well. Not chestnuts, Mark C. Phillips. Michelle Doers got it. Manuela got it right. Everyone got it. Yeah, tinsel. The answer is tinsel. Yes. So congratulations to you. We will add Marquita into the draw this week. Marquita. All right, so we'll put you in there. I just want to wrap it up real quickly before. I'll say this much about events, things that worked for Bermuda that we should revisit or bring back. There are so many things that made Bermuda a fun, exciting place, not just for tourists and visitors, but for locals, right? Some of the things I enjoyed in my childhood, going to football games, going to cricket games, going scrambling at Coney Island, going to Hawkins Island, just different things where they were incident free. The excitement happened at the event. The excitement was someone doing a fancy jump. The excitement was someone scoring a goal. The excitement, the action was always what you went to see. It wasn't some sideshow, right? So I think there's a lot of things we should consider. There's a reason Bermuda was once a popular and exciting place to visit. There's a reason many people never left Bermuda. I think we have enough to bring those good times back. As far as Bricen, Nicole Hassel says, good interview with Bricen. I've had the worst shipping experiences ever, and I might just try them. Well, Nicole, go get 2 years of free membership right now. Go to the mailboxes.bm/the Daily Hour for 2 free years of Mailboxes membership. Go check it out right now. All right. But I'll say this much about shipping. I see people complaining about shipping to Bermuda on a regular basis on social media. Props to Mailboxes and Bricen for trying to address that and create a very easy solution for you. No hidden fees and excellent customer service. Bermudians love to complain about calling customer service and not getting a local. They've addressed this for you. Check them out. Take advantage of the 2 years of free membership. As Mark Arthur C. Phillips says, you won't regret it. All right, folks. Don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Thanks again to our partners, the BAC group of companies, Medical House Lindos, and People's Pharmacy, for ensuring that we can do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you tomorrow. I'm Jamal Hartman. Please do make it a safe and a great day. We are out. Peace.